of you were in my inaugural session? Few of you, okay. Those who are not there, I'm from Jammu. I keep traveling between Ahmedabad and Singapore. I work in space of AI, I work in space of education. I had worked in space of healthcare. My first venture, I graduated from IIT-BHU, built a venture called Rescribe.in in Pune. We digitalized 200 plus leading hospitals, including Apollo. This is before pandemic, and used AI to leverage tech to improve healthcare. This is way before pandemic when ChatGPT was not there. So these are the two companies I'm running right now. One is Planto. On left, you are seeing images put to Planto. It's writing all its code on its own. On the right side, there's an agentic avatar called Ira. We have put close to $5 million to just build this infrastructure. Why this is important? This is where something we as educators should know where the industry is heading to. I recently met the CTO of Indigo Group. Indigo is the largest airlines in the country. So I asked him what is his thought about AI in future. He said everything will be AI driven, including the flights. Yes, humans will be there to assist it, but in terms of operational efficiency, in terms of productivity, AI will be part of it. And whole world is running towards it. If you see the way chips are being hoarded, the annexure of Greenland and all the things, the major reason is AI, to control the superpower. So somebody was asking me why the urgency. There's an urgency so that our country also develops, creates a monopoly on top of it. I have two more co-founders. Ajay currently heads Edelweiss. It's one of the largest investment firms in the world. He's invested close to almost $100 million in Anthropic. Anthropic is one of the competitors of ChatGPT. So the way this world is moving is very fast. I started my education, my interest in education started with an NGO. I started my co-founder Vikas. Then we started teaching formally. We also run few colleges. We were awarded by Forbes this year for our global work in space of coding and AI. We were featured in annual Google Summit for building Asia's first fully AI-enabled university in Gandhinagar. That was also awarded by CM Gujarat. Been awarded by Times Group, ET 40 under 40, Anil sir, who's chairman of NAC. What we are trying to solve, there are major challenges when we talk about implementing AI at large scale. The biggest is infrastructure. Every school has limited computer labs. Many students don't have access to computers back at home. We talk about programming. I brought my first computer when I went to IIT. So how we implement coding AI at scale when I don't have infrastructure? Second, the curriculum is very dynamic in nature. 5 years back during the pandemic, everybody was talking about coding. Now we are talking about AI. 10 years back, we were talking about robotics. So how we take all these things together when we only have 2 periods for computer sciences or 3 periods for computer sciences? And then how to upskill our faculties where probably they are not comfortable with learning new skills. So the first thing that we built was a complete ecosystem that works both online, offline, on any operating system, even on phones. This makes sure the accessibility is everywhere. So a student who does not have access to computers can probably code in phone. In case schools who don't have high-end computer labs, they can use old computer labs, transform them into AI labs, networking labs, cyber, and all IP belongs to us. So our thought process was not to just build books, content. It needs to be a complete ecosystem. I'll tell you why complete ecosystem. I went from Jammu to Kota for preparation of IIT-JEE. What I realized, what Kota did different was in terms of academic processes. They had set up these processes where from learning to outcome. Somebody was talking about Bloom taxonomy, how the graph moves 2 deviations. The first deviation moves through mastery learning. This means every topic and subtopic should be evaluated by the teacher, which is also called continuous evaluation processes, which CBSE tried to introduce a couple of years back. The second one talks about personalized learning. How much personalized education I can make for individual student. The personalization can be in form of digital content, physical delivery. As soon as the personalization improves, the better the child does. So what we tried to build was a comprehensive program where we are taking care of teachers, we are taking care of students, we are taking care of academic journey. So the ethos started with at least we need to build something for academics, we need to build something for technology, and we need to build something for evaluation. And this should be at par with any global IB school that is running across the world. Now, how the curriculum should be framed, India is still a competitive uh, education center, so 9th to 12th, you cannot deviate from boards, first thing. But fortunately for us, now boards have introduced subjects like AI, data science that can be inculcated as a part of process. So 9 to 12th will still teach only one subject, you cannot do experimentation there. But yes, you can introduce new subjects like AI, data science, cybersecurity, which are as per your board, whichever you are following. 3rd to 8th is somewhere you can do maximum experimentation. And if I talk about experimentation in detail, I rather think it in terms of industries. Robotics is one of the industry, cybersecurity is one of the industry, AI is one of the industry, data science is one of the industry. At least few famous programming languages, either C, C++, Python, or Java. Some skills like app development, web development. This holistically should be introduced as a part of curriculum, and it should be stepwise introduced. It's not हमने 6th में कुछ introduce कर दिया, 7th में हम कुछ कर ही नहीं रहे. It should be progressive in nature. Something we are introducing in class 5th, it should increase to 6, to 7, to 8, to 9th. Coming back to the previous slide, now 3rd to 8th, 3rd to 5th kids are still small. They will primarily learn through blocks. So block-based learning, that should be the main thought process. 6th onwards, you can give them clear distinction. They can actually program. So 3rd to 8th is where maximum experimentation can be done from school. 9th onwards, if you are lucky, people start interest in subjects like AI, they will ask you to introduce them as a part of board. Classes 1 and 2, my personal thought, although I have a pedagogy, I feel more emphasis should be on Lego kits, block-based learning, a very limited screen time, very limited, as less as possible. That is how the thought process of the education should look like. Coming to how we teach, first thing that we did was created a whole smart classroom content. I run my own universities. So we took our best IIT teachers and built the whole content from grade 3 to 8. Now the teachers use these interactive presentations to teach in smart classrooms. The second thing which we built was virtual labs. Now as a teacher, when I go to my computer lab, I will simply plug and play the lab. I don't have to purchase any licenses. I don't have to upgrade the computers. And as a student, I go back home, I can access these labs back through phone. Then one more challenge which I felt was there, if we are teaching 3 to 4 modules. Currently, what is happening in schools, 3 years back, everybody was just teaching Paint, PowerPoint, Adobe. Now Canva is one of the new tools that has come up. So we have to keep updating our curriculum. Plus, the books have limitation. A book cannot be more than 300, 400 pages because the cost of printing increases. But in terms of academics, if we have to deliver it, we need digital books. So the content is at par what we are trying to deliver. That can be solved through digitalization, where at least we have digital content and there is no limit to the pages it should have. Then most important part, evaluation. Suppose we are introducing this as a subject, how well monthly the students are performing. Now AI is beneficial here for creating auto-generated content. Teachers can create the content and self-evaluation is there as a part of process. This is something we introduced last year. It's on top of built of ChatGPT. It's an one-on-one tutor. Student can go back home, interact with an AI teacher, talk in any language with him. As an admin, the most interesting thing that you should ask any edtech is show me the dashboard and insights. What is my daily active users? What is my monthly active users? How well my kids are performing? Because that is actually what defines an edtech. So we were in Gujarat catering to 1 lakh plus learners in school education. Lalit, come to the stage. So he's the reason I'm here. So he heads EBIC's AI division. They have close to 100 plus team members across the country. So I feel quality is very important in case you're scaling. So he said he can scale it across the country, and I think here we have close to 20 plus people across the state. So that's the reason I came here. We have a full-fledged team here, and our curriculum is at least 5 years ahead of the market in terms of academics, technology, and evaluation. And in case if you have a big school, probably you can implement an end-to-end AI like universities, but usually I don't recommend it at first go. The first step should be very small. Okay, but yes, AI is a very important part in terms of our education. It will improve the academics, it will improve the evaluation processes, and it will eventually improve the child performance. Faculty development program, this is one of the key parts which I believe made our program successful, because teachers are resistant first in terms of learning something new. So we try to incentivize them with help of NSDC certification, so they are getting certified and upskilled. Second, the major factor that comes to the teacher is they are not able to code properly. There's still a dilemma whether they will be able to write codes in classrooms. So we took workshops specifically so they are able to build programs in front of students, where they can showcase these programs through virtual labs, through AI assistants. And last thing that we did with students was an Olympiad every year, where across the schools they compete with each other in all these domains. We distribute some goods, and we have done incentivization and learning app through gamification, where every topic, if they gamify and learn, they get some reward points like hoodies, t-shirts. So that is a whole thought process of building the ecosystem. First thing, apart from I'm running a company, AI and coding is something as fundamental as maths and science that needs to be inculcated in school education process. Why India had moved from agrarian to service sector. 80% of the jobs that they will be eventually doing will be in tech space. So if they don't have an understanding of technology space, the employability chances become less. I'm not saying they will decline, but yes, somebody who has an understanding of technology. Okay, that's all. Thank you, everyone.